Okay, and here we go. I'm gonna press here, and you get to see my attempt at the OLC2 for MGM Fun and for Motor Gym Cup. And this is one of the times that I got 59 seconds, just under sub 60, and I seem to be stuck between 59 and 62 seconds, on or about 59 to 62 seconds. So I'm kind of like hovering around the 60 second, 61 second mark. And I think as I'm watching these videos, I'm realizing that there are places in the way I'm riding that I could probably, the expression being, pinch those seconds. So I'm going to try to go through that and see if I can improve my time. I think there's another like week or two left to do this. Unfortunately for me, hold on, let me just turn this off. Unfortunately for me, I can't do anything this weekend just because I'm going to be busy. So I really have just one more weekend to try to improve my time. Granted, I'm already quite happy with the sub 60. That was my goal. My goal was to get sub 60. When I first, actually, I think I was very lucky the first time I did this. I actually got I was hovering around 60 seconds, 61 seconds. But then I just couldn't break 60 seconds. I finally got it. I've done it a couple of times, and this is one of those times. And I think this is what the better time out of the other one. So this is the one that I kept. So step by step, I'm going to tell you what I think I did right. And if you have any comments, please put them through. I am by no means an expert. I am a beginner. I started this in May 2024. You could look up my YouTube and the videos that I posted, and you could sort of see some progress here and there. So hopefully that'll give you an idea of where I stand. In terms of my bike, it is a 2011 Honda CBR205R. It's basically is all stock, except maybe for the handlebars and the crash bars that I added. One of the things I want to do is have the ability to adjust the idle manually. Right now I got nothing like that. And so from what I understand, being able to have the idle running much faster than it already is, it's very advantageous. The Honda CBR, and I understand some other CBRs, the way it controls the idle is via the ECU. So you would need to update or modify or tune the ECU in order to get the idle higher than it already is, which I think is about 1,500, 2,000 on or about. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I remember. So let's start with the beginning of how I got this, and press play. Here we go. There. I think I did that right. I think I had a good start. Before, I was totally overshooting this first cone. I would end up over here, but this time around I ended up at a decent spot right there. Closer would be better. So I think if I slowed down around here, applied the brake, and then turned in a little closer or much closer to this first cone, I could probably save maybe about 0.0102. Again, it's about adding up. It all adds up. I just want to improve down to 58 seconds. I mean, 55 seconds would be amazing, but right now I can do 59 comfortably, somewhat comfortably. And then I think if I update some of my technique, my skills, I could probably get it down to 57, 58. So this one here, if I can make it a little closer here, that'd be good. This next part is okay. I actually accelerate. Turn on the sound so you can hear it. Click here, here. So this one here, I'm making a left. Historically, my lefts are worse than my rights. Very difficult for me to lock, so you see it. And this one here, it's kind of okay to go a little wide because we are going in between these cones here. So we're going just behind this cone, and at which point it's a straightaway. And this is the opportunity where I think I can make the most impact. If I open up the throttle more here and slow down here, or not open up too much, and then here open up the throttle here, and then turn, hold on, and then turn here and then open up right, so open up the throttle here. So there are like 1, 2, 3, 3 places where I will really open up the throttle. And that's what I try to do here. And I think I improved pretty good. Then right here again, open up the throttle as much as I can without overshooting this turn. And then here, really open it up. And again, without overshooting this cone. And here, if I need to turn closer here, I need to really stop or slow down to make that right around this cone here. Not bad, but I would like to be around here. This is way out there. But in a way it's okay because I'm going to be going around here, so it kind of like loops over, but I would rather be close here and then go directly here, accelerate here, and then by the time I get here it would have slowed down on its own, and then I just maintain the throttle to go around here. So here you heard me open up the throttle there, but it kind of, it doesn't bolt. It kind of just like it kind of like makes its way, swaggers over, swaggers over, and then here I would just maintain the here. Okay, here I think my leaning has improved a lot, especially at speed. I normally don't lean that much. I know people lean a lot more than that, but hey, I have stock tires and I just don't trust it at this time. So I think this part I did okay. Now this part here I should accelerate, but not so much again that I missed this. But watch this. I turned okay. I think it was a little wider than I wanted it to be. But right here, this is an opportunity to really open up the throttle again. So we had an opportunity earlier to open up the throttle going this way. And then this one here is going up to this cone. And when I did this, I noticed I go really wide. So what I need to do probably is make my way over here, stabilize the chassis, my bike, so that I can make a tighter turn around here. That's going to be, I'm going to try that next. Now whether I do it or not is another story, but I'm going to try it. There, I actually try to do this. I don't succeed. I think I needed to slow it a lot more. Okay, that actually wasn't that bad. And this one here, this next part, I almost dump my bike. And you hear me kind of exclaim it, saying, I almost slipped. And I think I lost about a second or two here. I mean, did you see the size of that rotation? It's huge. Like, look at it. Between here and here, that's like huge. I should be around here somewhere, not way out here. So I think I lost about a second there. And I think that's where I'm going to be able to get my 58 seconds, if not 57 seconds. We'll see how it goes. So one mistake can change a lot. So that one was a bit wide in terms of turning towards the cone. I think I slowed down a bit too late, and I also opened up the throttle, to attempt to make up for this lost time. But in the process, I overshot this by a bit. You'll see it here. A little too much. See, like from here to there, it was around between here and here, too much. And then here is another opportunity to really just punch it, go right across this way. And I do that, and I turn, and here, by the time I get here, I have to try to stabilize my bike, the chassis, so that it's going to be ready for another rotation, a right rotation, which I do much better than my lefts. So here, I think I did okay, somewhat. I think I did okay. It could be better, but hey. Then from here, boom, stop. And then there's my time.
59,734.
I was so happy. 59,734. I think my other time was like 59,89 for 59. When I saw the 7, I thought, okay, this is the one I'm going to post. But the goal is to get down to 57, 58 seconds. And I think if I made those adjustments, I might just get there. Anyway, we're now at a point where you're welcome to give me your inputs, your advice to see if you can help me get down to 58, 57 seconds. And if you think there's a way for me to get down to 55 seconds, I surely want to hear it. I think that'd be amazing. But ultimately, I think it just boils down to me practicing more and getting more comfortable with my inputs and the sequences in which I apply those inputs. And then in time, I think I'll just get better. It's like anything else. When you start off as a beginner, it's kind of embarrassing. It's difficult on the ego. Okay, I mean, face it, riding around and realizing that maybe you're not as great as a biker as you thought. Being a beginner is, I believe, is difficult on the ego. Except for me, I actually don't care. I don't mind being a beginner. If you know anything about me, I have tried everything from weight loss to Spartan races to ultra races to everything where I start off and I'm actually quite bad at it, but after a while I get pretty good. Even with woodworking, I was able to do like things like a van build and being able to produce my own little tiny home. I've got another YouTube and Insta about that. So anyway, I'll deal with that later. But the point is, when you're just starting, I think you should expect not to be amazing, and that's okay. People that are really good at this, when they started, I highly doubt they're amazing. Ultimately, they started, they put in the time, they were consistent, they were patient, they took some risks, and they got really good. And that's how I think I would want to be at some point, is to be patient with this. I think this year, I'm just getting more and more comfortable. I think by next year, I think I'll start getting better in many ways, at least for me. And ultimately it boils down to, if I improve, even by 1% or 2% each time, then it's worth it. And remember, in 100 years, no one's going to care, really. And so if you don't get the time that you were expecting, don't let it ruin your day. I mean, it's always nice to get that time, right? Because it feels like you accomplished something. But I can already tell you, I'm definitely a better rider than I was a couple of years ago. And I believe I will improve some more. Okay, so again, give me your comments, your advice, and I appreciate it. And thank you very much.